breed of tacos wouldn't go as straight at the moment.
Oh, wouldn't they ever? The lights are on. The breeze has picked up about 30 knots. The fire is roaring down there behind the goals. They're all warmer than we are up here, Ron. But the final quarter's about to start. Umpire starts it off. Benstead's doing the ruck work. Ruta beats him easily. Gets it out wide. Here's the chance. Running onto the football. Dave Peters had a good day. Gets it forward. Off the ground goes Robert Ruta. Down to full forward. Who's down there? Grant Greenwood's the chance. Kicks it off the ground. Bouncing offline. 1 point only. Grant Greenwood now playing at full forward with Greg Trebilcock off the ground on the injured list, Ronnie.
Certainly great use of the body there too, Grant Greenwood. And had he had a little bit more fortune as he used his con and didn't bother picking it up, kicked it off the ground and just to the right side of the big sticks was a little unfortunate there, Grant Greenwood. Could have brought up a six-pointer. Not to be on this occasion as we wait now on Ian Evans. Looks as though he's playing at fullback. The big spiral torpedo. Mancuvis couldn't take the easiest of marks. Crashed into Chris Gardner. The loose ball picked up by Stevenson. A little short chip kicked out, picked up by Robbie Rorter. The Eastern Suburbs boys with plenty of numbers at the football, but no one home on that occasion. Drago Galubovic dropped the soda, and the Tigers defend grimly for the agency there of Nathan Armstrong.
Yeah, well done, Armstrong. Had nowhere to go. Just put it on the boot and dribbled it along the ground. It's a boundary throw in, about 10-15 metres around from the hind post, and Eastern Suburbs in attack. Up they go, slap back, and they've gained 10 or 15 metres here, have the Thompson side through that ruck knockout. Going, 15 metres, and it's gone a little bit further away from goal, and we will have a repeat performance of the boundary umpire's antics down there in the forward pocket.
Darryl Rowbottom and Evans doing battle. Rowbottom over the back, tapped it down, but it looks there for Peters, couldn't find him, but again, players throwing themselves over. Dapper Thompson's there, likewise with you'll find doing a good job there too. On that occasion was young Ricky Mays. So kicks it off the carpet, grabbed another 30 metres for the side. We'll have another throw in around about 60 metres from the Eastern Suburb goal.
Watching this young boundary umpire on screen here as he throws in, not a particularly good one. Up they go. Oh, Thompson have won the hit there quite well. Might have been Evans. Slaps the ball forward. It lands back in the arms there of Dapper Thompson. Claimed, gets the hand pass away. Wasn't effective. O'Leary gathers. Well played O'Leary. Shrugs the tackle. Kicks towards half forward. Up goes Evans' card mark. But he's got support on the ground from like Armstrong. Kicked the ball towards draw short of the centre. And as Ron said, a good mark taken by Peter Bird, who's just got better as the day's gone on. Goes away to Peter Bird on the right foot, pairs a little pass into half forward, and his teammate O'Leary, his young teammate O'Leary, who has also just got better as the day goes on. They're a contender for the Pizza Land player of the day, both of those players, and O'Leary takes the mark, centre half forward position. Now this breeze is pretty fresh. He might struggle with the distance here. Comes in on the right foot, puts the boot into it. Oh, it's a good kick. It's into the teeth of goal. Goal umpire waiting on the decision. It's a goal! It's a goal! Magnificent kick into the breeze by the youngster. O'Leary kicks his second goal, and the stamp of class from two young players there who are terrific in this comp, Peter Bird and Michael O'Leary.
Without a doubt, Cookie, Eastern Suburbs moved down to 17-15, 117, Thompson 4-5-29 at the early stages of the final quarter here at Godfrey Street Oval. Thompson on Junior Bell round 13 match of the day.
Up to the centre they go. Big Ruta does the ruck work against Benstead, but it spills down and taken out of the centre here by Chrissy Gardner at Thompson. Kicks the ball. He's having a run on the ball, Chris Gardner, down towards half forward. Here's Peter Bird getting back and gathering it nicely for the Suburbs. Kicks towards centre wing. Was looking for his coach there, and Mickey Thompson was taken away from him. Series of hand passes and also tackles result in the ball spilling out of players' hands over the boundary line, far side of the ground, true centre wing position, and that fire looks pretty good down there, Ronnie.
Very enticing indeed, David Cook, as we're just waiting on the boundary umpire to regain possession of the footy. He has it now, throws the ball back in on outer side centre wing. Over the back of the pack there. Johnny Stefanowski, the fullback for the Suburbs, having run on the ball, as is Gerald Benstead. But again, players just looking a little bit disinterested at the moment. Cookie and...
the game's just going through the motions at the moment, isn't it? I think that, the hottest thing around at the moment is that fire down here on the goal. Boundary umpire puts it back into play. Here's a chance here for the pacey little fella. Peters pick it up. He's had a good game running out of defence, hasn't he? Tumbles the punt, though. Not a particularly good kick towards half forward. The little kick comes back in the direction of Hickman. He can't pick it up, so he suckers it off the ground. Goes out wide with that soccer kick. Looking out there and finding, in fact, Ian Evans, was it? Picked it up. Spins around on the right foot. Kicks towards the centre of the ground for Thompson. Over the back of the pack, Rundle's a chance, but the ball bounced clear of him. Attacking at the bottom of the pack, Gerard Benstead doing some rough work there for Thompson, trying to get the ball out. Umpire's going to come in. Backwall's in there trying hard for his side too. The umpire's going to come in. He's blown the whistle, and we're going to have a ball-up decision at almost centre-half forward with Thompson into attack.
Andrew Maxwell, the central umpire, throws it in the air. Reuter gets the tap down straight to Stevenson, who gets a quick kick to the centre of the ground. Hickman was there for the Thompson side. Couldn't control the ball. Peters is in there fighting also for Eastern Suburbs. The ball spills out of that clash of bodies. I think you'll find that Stafford taps and Thompson there a little bit overzealous and infringed on Chris Richards for the Thompson Footy Club. He'll get the free kick at centre-half forward.
Well, he's a bit short of centre-half forward. Unloads with the spiral. Long kick over centre-half forward. Up they go. Defenders were up doing well down there. In particular was Murray Stevenson getting the fist on it. Comes back towards centre wing, over the top. A chance now for Mick Thompson to gather. Used his pace well. Handball out in front of him. Puts it across towards O'Leary. He's bumped off the footy. Umpire said unfairly bumped off the footy. And Michael O'Leary, as we said before, Rod, he's just got better as the game's gone on. Takes the free kick midway between centre wing and half forward, playing for the Eastern Suburbs, moving into attack.
It is as you like. Played on quickly too and found Graham Thompson at half forward, but that's a disposal on that occasion, not up to expectations. He's kicked it out of bounds at the full, and Ian Evans now repels another Eastern Suburb attack.
He does too, but Big Reuter puts the fist in and dumps it towards half forward. It's picked up here for the Suburb side by Hood. Gets the hand pass across to Robert Reuter, who lines up with the flag. Right foot shot to goal mouth. He has kicked the magnificent goal. Beautiful kick by Robert Reuter. Under pressure, short on the right foot, and has bobbed it through.
Yeah, great goal, Robbie Reuter, and that's got to be one of the goals of the day, Cookie. A big spiral torpedo from 45 metres into the breeze. Great effort.
He's got better as the game's gone on too, hasn't he? Started a bit slow, Robert Reuter, but he's certainly got into the play since quarter time, and that's his second goal. He's been an effective half forward. 4-5-29, plays 18, I think, 11-1-24. But hard to see that scoreboard over the far side there, Ron, but it's a big margin in favour of the Eastern Suburbs Football Club.
Princes Park, Scone Park and Fitzroy and North Melbourne level scores right now. 17-9-111 plays North Melbourne 16-15-111.
Well, great game of football down there at Princess Park as we see now breaking clear for the Suburbs. Mick O'Leary doing it well. The drop punt pass, a beauty and a great mark taken. Grant Greenwood. That ball would be very heavy and slippery, Cookie. He's taken 2 bites of the cherry, but what a great grabber.
On the fingers too, Ron. Those fingers would be pretty cold, I think, at this time of the day. We've had rain and now a fair bit of wind, and good mark to Greenwood. Led out very well, didn't he? Showed his experience, led out in front of his opponent, and a beautiful kick from O'Leary to find him. 2 grabs. You'd pay that on a day like today. He had it under control, and he's gone back and calmly kicked the goal. No trouble at all. It's his first, and he's been quite an effective player. It's 4-5-29 Thompson. Eastern Suburbs 19-15-129. They've got the 100 points in front, as I suggested they might, Ron.
Yep, 5.5 minutes have travelled in this final quarter as the rain begins to tumble again down here at Godfrey Street, Thompson. As, well, Grant Greenwood is the 11th goal scorer here this afternoon for the Eastern Suburbs side. So quite an effective array of goal kickers here this afternoon for the high-flying Eagles.
You don't often see that many goal kickers, single goal kickers, do you? Back to the centre. O'Leary's a chance to get out the centre. He kicks it off the ground, goes out wide, running onto it, Graham Hood. Comes back cleverly onto his left foot, kicks the ball to centre half forward. No one wants to grab it. It's stumped back from whence it came by Ian Evans. Back to the defensive side of centre for Thompson. Who wants to grab this one? Mick Thompson kicks it off the ground out wide, but it's ineffective because it's taken away. I think that might have been Chris Gardner out there with the left foot. Up towards Backwell on centre wing. can't mark, but plays well as the robot is backward. He kicks the ball to centre half forward. Mark taken by Gann. Gann fires at the goal immediately, played on. Should have gone back and had a shot, Mickey Gann. He was only about 40 metres out, wanted to play on, and his offline at one point only bumped as he kicked and could have been having a free shot.
He should have done so, Cookie, but gee, was a great mark and under pressure, used his body well. As we see now the ball brought back in the play, Johnny Stefanowski back at full-back for the Suburbs, goes to the outer side of the ground. With strength there, Dave Hickman tried to burst through. Kick was well smothered. The father was there, Kev McFarlane, found Nan Curvis, who kicks quickly on the left foot to the pocket. Looks there for the lead of Wilkins, but the big fella can't get there in time. And it's out of bounds right in front of the Winchelsea Hotel scoreboard here at the Thompson Street Oval.
Which shows 100 points the difference. Big win here coming up for the Suburbs. Boundary throw, and it's getting very dark. Hard to see him over there. Evans is in there. Little kick comes out of the pack, and away goes Graham Thompson. Gathers sweetly at half back. Dapper Thompson had a good day. Not so much this time because he's hit a Ford Falcon, I think, was it over there? Right on the bonnet, and over the line out of bounds on the full, and there'll be a free kick coming back here, and Thompson are going to take it, and looking to see who this is, and it is Andrew Malley.
Malley now, the long sleeve Guernsey, the drop punt, it's a lovely kick. He kicked out a good 60 metres. The back of the pack there was a push. And I think you'll find Glenn Wilkins has infringed there on Jason Berry in the back pocket player who's played a great game, hasn't put a foot wrong all afternoon, takes the kick. On this occasion, he kicked it straight down the throat of Terry Nankervis. He wasted no time. Gives it to Boonstead. He lost the footy, but swivelling around, shooting at goal. It's close. It's a great goal. And I think it was Ricky May, the number 4 Guernsey for the Thompson Tigers. Kicks a great goal.
That was a good goal, wasn't it? He really, he met that one. He laid it across the body and kicked it back very nicely indeed. And a good goal taker. Give a bit of credit here to Terry Nankervis. Probably lowered his colours today. Not the brilliant Nankervis we used to see, but he's fought the game right out. And, he's had a good duel with Stevenson. He hasn't been one to put the bundle down. He's kept bobbing up and getting possession now and again, Ronnie.
Yes, certainly has. And, the spirit has been quite honest. And it's a shame that he hasn't had quite as many teammates doing the same thing here. And I'm sure if it had been, the result would have been a little bit closer.
The wind getting fresher and the rain getting a bit stronger. The lights are getting brighter. I can see it's getting very, very dark here at the present time. We go off there at 5:30, Rob. We'll need your cigarette lighter again for sure to do a few reports. As we wait now, as the umpire's about to start for City's Derby, Munro's got it down the centre of the ground. Up he throws it this time. Benstead in the ruck. Up he goes, but Andrew Rutter wins it easily. Knocks the ball down, but it's picked up by Ricky May, who had that previous goal. He's claiming the tackle. A one-handed hand pass has been spotted by the umpires. Threw it up with one hand, hit it with the other, and Dapper Thompson takes the ball at centre half forward, kicks into the pocket, looking for Rowbottom, can't mark, and it's cleared away again by Thompson out to the centre of the ground. Let's see if they can make something of this one. A hand pass to Benstead was on, but slipping in beautifully, Alan Rundle relieves the pressure, kicks the ball wide from the centre of the ground. Running onto it out there is might have been Marley, was it? Couldn't pick it up, and the ball's at perhaps half forward for Eastern Suburbs. The umpire's blowing the whistle. Ronnie's found a free kick going to the Suburbs. I think Graham Hood's going to receive this one.
It's the Ruck Rover half forward flanker for the Eastern Suburbs side. Takes possession half forward out of side here of Godfrey Street Oval Thompson. The kick to centre half forward. In front there was Dan Curvis. Couldn't hold the overhead mark. Now, the ball spills to the back of the pack. We're all kicking in danger. Could have been. Mick O'Leary kicked it away from Ian Evans. O'Leary worked hard. Peters was there also. Kicks it to the 10-metre square, but a pack of players are full. Somehow, Mick O'Leary's picked the ball up out of that pack. Quick shot at goal. Caught 1-2 for his trouble, I think, Mick O'Leary. He's okay. Back on his feet. Minor score.
There's a little bit of rough play in that passage, Ron. A couple of kicks off the ground were pretty interesting. You wouldn't want to have your fingers near the ball at that particular stage. And then, of course, young O'Leary getting flattened as he kicked 5-6-36 to the Thompson side, and 19-16, 131, I think it is, to Thompson, as we wait on the ball to come back into play from the boot of Ian Evans.
Quick score now from Princess Park, 29.5-minute mark, and Fitzroy's just kicked 7 points, 18-10, 118, lead North Melbourne, 16-15, 111.
Oh, unbelievable, as we see now that the ball is at half forward for the Eastern Suburbs side, but Dave Hickman now tries to break clear, lost the foot. He tends to try and do a bit too much to Dave Hickman, as we see working hard for the Tigers. Also there was Darryl Allen, but support well there by Ricky May. Gets the ball out there to the centre wing position.
Kicker's an effective role, though I suppose it is effective because it did bounce before it went over the line. They really need to target a teammate at this stage, just try and build something out of this game as it's thrown back in, and a big knockdown goes towards half forward for the Suburbs. It's that dark out there, you can hardly see it all. Kick back towards, or perhaps centre wing. Thompson going into attack. Hand pass, comes across. They need to pick it up cleanly. All play get into trouble there was Benstead. Ran back into stride, gave it back towards Richards. Kick off the grounds and up and under the centre half forward. Sitting back will drop one, perhaps he should have taken. Loses the footy in the tackle. Stepanowski's a chance there for the Suburbs. Can't pick it up though. Out wide it comes. Here's a chance. Picking it up and going forward. Who was that, Ronnie? Long kick. Chris McFarlane, was it? Yes, it down was. The forward line, but not a good kick at all.
No, Christian not having the best of days here this afternoon. The son of... the father, Kevin, we're in the 19 Guernsey out here this afternoon, and a unique situation for the Thompson Footy Club having a father and son team play today.
Boundary umpire waiting to bring this back into play. Listeners, I can tell you that Ronnie Brain canned me when I brought a rug up into the commentary box today. He's just claimed half it. Pretty cold here. Boundary umpire throws it back into play. Up goes the big fella. Oh, they knock it towards the boundary line. Going to be a throw in again right in front of the scoreboard. Wilkins paddle the ball towards the fence. Boundary throw in again. Wilkins is up and can't win the hit down on this occasion. He's got support there from Chris Gardner, who pushes the ball 15 or 20 metres forward before he loses control for Thompson, and it goes over the line out of bounds right on the 50-metre zone. Eastern Suburbs in attack.
Ball now back into play, all over the top of the pack there. The big fellow, I think you'll find, was the centre half back for the Suburbs too. I think you'll find Julian Norman, who's been quite unobtrusive, hasn't he, really, in that key defensive role for the Suburbs.
He's done his job, Ron.
Certainly has.
Just done his job. Now, a free kick's been plucked out of all this. It's going to Thompson, getting hard to see on the far side of the ground. The ball comes back in towards centre half forward. Behind the pack, Chris Gardner tries to kick off the ground. He's beaten for it on this occasion. Comes back towards half forward. A little kick forward by Darryl Allen for Thompson. Doesn't find his target. His intended targeting Chris McFarlane. It's over the line, far side of the ground. Half forward flank position, and Thompson into attack.
Yes, and Julian now gets the ball to ground. That was Julian Norman. Did the ruck work uncontested on that occasion, but there's boot in infringement on play, and I think you'll find it looks like
Chris McFarlane, I think.
Yeah, Christian McFarlane has been awarded the free kick. He's good 50 metres from goal, 45-degree angle.
Quick score right now, and of course it's a point the difference, leading Fitzroy by 1 point. At the moment, Fitzroy leads by 1 point.
Okay, thanks Shane. McFarlane has gone back and kicked a very good goal, just cleared the pack. The ball almost landed in the fire down there, actually. Probably some of the players would have been hoping it would warm their hands up when they get hold of it, but a big kick and a good goal to Chris McFarlane of Thompson. Of course, a badly needed one. They're well out of the game at the present time, but well, a nice kick, Ronnie. You can't knock that. He went back. He meant that. He was kicking from outside 50, put the foot right in it, cleared the pack, and through she sailed.
Yes, great goal, and the youngster, well, that'll just lift his confidence a little, and the Tigers just go a little bit closer. As you mentioned, Cookie 6-7-43, Thompson. They trail Eastern Suburbs 19-16, 130, and we're middle stages of the final quarter here, round 13, GDFL football match of the day.
Back to the centre. Umpire Maxwell throws this one up. Wilkins goes up for Thompson and wins the hit down, but they're unable to take advantage until Nate Curvis swoops on the ball. Slung as he kicked it, went the wrong way. Wilkins goes back, dropped the mark, unfortunately, there for Thompson. Little kick off the ground, lands with Mick Thompson. Now he slaps it off the ground towards half forward. Chance here for O'Leary, picks it up, puts it on the left foot, goes deep into the pocket, coming out Greenwood. Beaten for this occasion. Here's O'Leary down there in the pocket, picking it up and flying with a right foot kick towards the face of goal, but he's not flying on this occasion. Trying to hook it back into the breeze. Would have been some goal if he could have kicked that one. And Michael O'Leary registers his second behind of the day. 2 goals to the personal tally for the dashing young centreman from Eastern Suburbs.
He is quite a consistent performer here this afternoon, and has set up a lot of opportunities for his forwards today. And just waiting now on the fullback. Ian Evans retrieves the footy. Looks to, I would suggest, go to the outer side of the ground or the defensive side. Goes the big spiral torpedo. It's a ripper. Kicks it a good 70 metres. Out there looking for Richards. Ball well knocked away from him. Comes to ground where Mickey Thompson found his teammate there. Ends up with Peters, whose kick though is an up and under. And that's well marked, I think you'll find, by Terry and Curtis for the Thompson side.
Yeah, well marked by Nankervis, under a bit of pressure. Took a good grab with a wet ball now too. Kicks the ball up towards the centre wing. Stepanowski from behind, punches once, then punches twice. Player claimed high was Peter Bird as he went for the footy. Should receive the free kick, I've got no doubt. Well, of the umpire's decision, boundary umpire, I think it was a boundary throw in, I think, but there's no doubt Peter Bird was claimed high on that tackle, and he'll take the free kick just on the attacking side of centre wing, far side of the ground, as the wind nearly blows us off our perch up here. I'm glad you're a cocker, you're on, because you're hanging on tight with those feet.
You certainly am, as we see
Peter
now.
Bird kicked it in short. Murray Stevenson's got it. Mocker Stevenson into the pocket, looking for a teammate down there. Oh, pushed in the back for mine. Might have been Mick Thompson. I think he staged it pretty well, the old timer. A bit of experience there, just propped in front. Let his opponent run straight over the top of him. And Mickey Thompson takes the free kick for the Eastern Suburbs Football Club, and he is a good 60 metres out from goal. Too far out the score, Ronnie, and let's see what Mickey can do with this one. He's looking for the short.
Yes, and the short he'll get to, because he demands discipline, and there's a good lead row bottom, but chipping in for the Thompson side, I think you'll find was
Ricky Mays.
Yes, it was Ricky Mays, the number 4 Guernsey for the Tigers. So looks to go to the outer side of the ground. Looks there to Richards, taps it forward, in front there. You'll find was Backwell, couldn't trap it, but he butters up again, well, the big fella. Kicked it off the carpet, but cutting across Robbie Reuter, having a run on the ball. Sees that Wilkins there picks up the football from that soccer attempt by Reuter. But Eastern Suburbs again doing well at half back through the agency of Julian Norman. His kick, a short one, finds, that looks like Hood. Hood gives it to Mickey Thompson, put him under all sorts of pressure. I think Mick would have appreciated that too much, as we see Chris Gardner just jump on Mick.
Just making sure he didn't get up in a hurry there, to be Chris. It's going to be a ball-up decision. The centre of the ground. 43 plays 131. Eastern Suburbs in complete control of the game. They have been since about 5 minutes into the first quarter. As Big Wilkins goes up, he's beaten by Reuter. Down the turf it goes. Peters kicks the ball forward for the Eastern Suburbs side up towards half forward. No mark taken. Rowbottom was the target. Slapped away from Rowbottom. Going into lend a hand, there is David Hickman for Thompson. He's able to pick it up and kick the ball back towards the centre wing. Stepanowski almost the mark, plays on immediately out wide, and here comes Peter Bird. Bounces once. I've got him on the screen now because it's too dark to see him anywhere else. Kicks the ball forwards, but not a good kick from Peter Bird. Let's see if it bounced before it went over the line. I don't think it did. Oh, there's a car flashing the lights out there so the players can see what they're doing, Ron, and it is a free kick going to Thompson deep in defence.
Yes, they go out wide too to the outer side of the ground, and at the back of the pack, Andrew Melly takes a very good overhead mark. Now kicks long up to half forward. Norman comes over the top. Good support at ground level there for the Eastern Suburbs side. Looks like Delmonico's on the ground for them. As his kick goes to the centre of the ground, Rowbottom punches the ball forward. O'Leary was there, couldn't pick it up. Chris Gardner's there for Thompson, kicks it quickly to half forward, but Murray Thompson traps it well for the Eastern Suburbs side and drives them into attack.
Picked up by Mick Thompson at half forward, spears the pass into centre half forward position. Looking there for Greenwood, he's behind, he's given away the free kick, hold the man. Correct decision, umpire, well umpired, right on the scene there, and the free kick going to Glenn Wilkins down there deep in defence at centre half back. His kick's not very good, drops into the centre. Oh, someone dropped one there they should have taken for the Suburbs. Umpire's going to come in, and that player remonstrating that he took the mark. Just can't pick him up. He's got the long sleeves on. He won't show the number. It's a ball-up decision. The player was Murray Stevenson, in effect. Ball's knocked down. Nankervis, Stevenson's opponent, gathers. Gets it across there to Andrew Malley. He gets the ball forward. Not very far indeed. Running onto it, Stevenson. Elects to kick it off the ground. It was the right choice. He was nailed as he did so. Free kick going to come up here. Taken at half back by Ricky Mays, who hasn't done too bad since he came onto the ground run. Has had fair dinkum go. And I suggest he should be the starting 18 next week. Ricky Mays, punt kicks the ball towards centre wing. No marks taken. There's not many taken today at all. Kick it off the ground, and they do so. Chris Gardner puts the foot in it. Straight back it goes, though. They're going to get out of defence easily here, the Suburbs, with a long kick out the centre wing. The target was Peters, but the kick was offline. out of bounds, bouncing just in front of the fence. 22 and a half minutes gone, final quarter. 43 plays, 131. The final quarter brought to us by Taco Bell's at the top of the hill in Mirabel Street.
Yes, bad news for Eastern Suburbs. Let's hope it's not too serious. Jason Curry, the back pocket player, hasn't put a foot wrong all day. Just hurt his shoulder that last encounter, and he's been taken from the ground.
But Kelvin Grace come back on. He's probably wishing that he didn't have to for the last 5 or 6 minutes. He was quite warm in the dugout there. He's got to get out in the wind and rain now as a free kick from this one's been paid to Glenn Wilkins, who really, I think, is a real try for this side. I don't know why he doesn't start on the ground. Wilkins puts the foot into it too. Good kick with a heavy ball. Up towards half forward and drifting across and taking a very nice mark here for the Thompson Football Club is Andrew Malley. Did that well, real beautifully, didn't he? Just drifted across the front of the pack and took a nice grab. And he's going to line him up. He looks a bit far out, run wet ball and all.
Yes, I tend to agree, Cookie. A good 50 metres. He tries to torpedo, doesn't come off, goes to the teeth of goal. Pack of players have formed. Who's claimed the mark there, Cookie? Just trying to... Johnny Stefanowski, it looks like, was suggesting to the umpire he barked it, but no. Umpire Andrew Maxwell said, give it to me and we'll have a ball up right in the 10-metre square. Thompson's attacking area.
They try to knock it through to Stefanowski and also helping him to knock it through down there, Robert Rutter, and through it goes for a rush behind. The right thing to do. The game is all over. Why concede a goal when he can concede a point? And waiting on the full-back to kick this one in. Who's that? It's getting that dark out there, Ronnie. Who's that one kicking in now? Stefanowski, is it?
Yes, it is.
Little kick into the back pocket to Robert Rutter, who takes the mark only just 15 metres away from the behind post, far side of the ground.
Well, Rutter now unloads with a big drop punt out there to the half-back flank position. Pack of players for quick hands there, putting Ann Curvis under all sorts of pressure. But fortunately for him, he's been given the free kick for a high tackle.
Final quarter brought to us by Taco Bill as Dan Curvis puts the foot into it. Up towards centre half forward, perhaps clearing that area. No one able to take him out. There hasn't been too many good marker days. I hope you've got one pegged out, Ronnie, because I haven't seen one that I noticed at all. They stack in on top, but they're about 20 metres out from the goal, to which Thompson heading in this final quarter from Taco Bills, but it's going to be a ball up. Too many players on the ball, said the umpire. Up goes big Andrew Rutter, knocks the ball to the ground. Chance there, unable to pick it up. Goes out wide. Stevenson pulled down as he tried the kick. Well tackled by McFarlane. Kick it off the ground again at the wood centre wing. Peter Bird's got it. He uses his pace and he breaks away towards the centre wing position. Spears a pass up to Rowbottom, who marks just inside boundary line. Attacking side of centre wing. Needs to move it quickly. He's got loose players up the ground if he can do so. His target down here is Greenwood. Used the body well but couldn't mark. Got a T-bait knocking the ball forward. It's gone deep into attack here up towards centre half forward for Eastern Suburbs. No one able to claim the footy. Greenwood's in there fighting hard. So too in there is Chris Gardner for Thompson. They stack in on top, but ball it up umpire and he will do so. In the final quarter of the match of the day on Double AR, brought to us by Taco Bell.
Great football there, Mickey Thompson centering the ball into the corridor as we see him back there in the action again. The coach of Eastern Suburbs tapped it forward, but Thompson now swoop on the footy. The hand pass, though, from Mays, not a good one, allows Graham Hood now to come in, gives it across to Cal Gray on the left foot, looks up to the lead of Drago Galubovic, takes a screamer, plays on quickly, but there's nobody home for the Eastern Suburbs side, as we see now that Peter Hallblake's clear for the Thompson Tigers and kicks it to half back, where he's found the big fella, Chris Richards. Took a good mark too, Richards there under a bit of pressure. Now wants to play on the left foot and does so. Goes across the ground looking for the lead. Looks like Nan Curvis, is it? No, it isn't. There's Ashley Malley out there who takes the mark midway between centre wing and centre, and he's a little bit injured here. He got run into after he took that mark. Doesn't want to take the kick, and indeed has given the kick away, Ron, to Darryl Allen. Allen now comes in, the big drop punt up to the centre half forward, sees that Kevin McFarlane works hard at ground level load, chipping in there was Mickey Gann on the left foot, shoots at goal, the bouncing ball bounces the wrong side of the big six. And it's through for a score for the Tigers.
Just 3 points today for Mickey Gann, but off the target. Usually likes to stab a goal or two, Ronnie, does Mickey, but unable to. John Stefanowski, tell him he's going to go to the far side of the ground. Come over this side, John, so we can see where the footy is. It's getting that dark here at the moment, but he likes to continually to go far side of the ground. This is more up the centre. Up they go. No mark taken at the centre half-back position. Hand pass comes out. This looks like might have been Stefanowski running onto it now. He wasn't. No wonder he didn't answer me. He wasn't even kicking it, Ronnie. Stefanowski puts the boot into this one. Up towards centre wing position. Off hands again. Mickey Thompson's underneath it. And the boundary umpire says, I'm going to throw it in. And he's just asked the coach of the side, Mick Thompson, who's on 7,000 a week, to go and get the footy for him.
Andrew Malley's still in the hands of the trainers too for the Thompson side. Back on his feet now, but not moving too freely, Andrew Malley.
He's either going to a forward pocket or going off from. He's not too good at all. He's limping. He looks like Chester out of Marshall Dillon there the way he's limping. Boundary umpire about to throw it back in. Wilkins versus Rutter. Over the top, Stepanowski. Knocked down. Hall picks it up for Thompson. Punt kicks the ball with the left foot long towards the half-forward flank position. Little hand pass over the top could be effective as the ball is claimed down here by Kelvin McFarlane. And the old man Emu bobs the pass in, and a good mark taken by Chris Richards under a bit of pressure. Well played, Kevin McFarlane. Looked before he kicked and centred the ball very nicely.
Yes, certainly good passage of team football for the Thompson side, which has been a bit few and far between. Opportunity now, Chris Richards, 30 metres out, slight angle, the drop punt. Oh, he's hooked it slightly. The goal umpire said, yes, you're offline, and a minor score.
Just 1 point only on the board. That's his first score of the day, Chris Richards, who had a very, very bad first half. Seems to have improved a bit since he went into the ruck run and had a bit of a run on the ball.
Thompson 6:10:46, trail Eastern Suburbs 19:18:132, and we've been travelling 29 minutes of the final quarter. Paddy Watt was by Taco Bills.
Taco Bills, top of the hill in Mirabel Street. Little kick comes out, the mark taken, looks like Robert Rutter way over there. Ball puts the boot into it, way up over half forward, looking for Andrew, the brother. Up he went and couldn't mark. Peter Bird grabs it. He's a brilliant footballer. He's trying to tackle on this occasion. Might have tried to do too much. No, the umpires let him go. Boundary umpire says, I'll throw it in. If you like, the umpire says, please do so. Away out there on the wide centre wing position. Final stages of the final quarter brought to us by Taco Bell.
Ball now brought back into play. In front there was Maury Stevenson, the two number 26s, Terry Ann Curvis, who was caught behind. And
it's been a good duel, hasn't it, all day?
Certainly has, and Maury Stevenson gets possession and another 50-metre penalty through some poor undisciplined football there from the Tigers. And this brings Stevenson now down to centre half forward for the Eastern Suburbs side.
Now, the umpire's not happy. Stevenson has kicked the ball, but it has to come back. He's not happy with the player standing on the mark. Now he's blown time off, and Mocker Stevenson can think about what he's going to do with this one now. It's getting that dark. He'll have to bring the white ball out in a minute, Ronnie. Ronnie's yawning. It must be his bedtime as Stevenson punt kicks the ball into the forward pocket. Up in front. Oh, good mark. Too good lead. Lovely pass. And a good mark taken. This is Jaffa Thompson. Not Buffer. Not Daffer. It's Daffer. We've got him right at the finish. Daffer's got the ball just outside 50, just on 50 perhaps. Puts the right foot into it. Long kick, but it's drifting away to the right-hand side. Oh, rising high down, unable to take a mark. Was that Kelvin Gray having a flying shot? It was. He's in the goal. Mick O'Leary. I just saw the long sleeves fly in from the side. Then I spotted Kelvin Gray, but it was O'Leary who put the left foot into it. Lovely goal. Read that off the pack like a true rover. Come down into the centre. He's not frightened to drift around a bit. This kid O'Leary, and he puts the 20th goal on the board. They're 20-18-138. Thompson 6-10-46, and the 100-point margin just might be a bit far, Ronnie.
Yes, I think you'll find Tom may beat the Eastern Suburbs side, but they'll gain quite valuable percentage out of this game here this afternoon, Cookie, and percentage is going to be interesting at the end of the season because you look through the league ladder, and well, it could be vital for that double chance.
Of course, Ron, it's you need to get 30 minutes gone, just like spotting the time clock there where you're looking at that percentage. 30 minutes have gone final quarter, so they need 8 points in a hurry to win by the 100 points, which is a great margin. Up goes Wilkins in the centre of the ground, knocks the ball to the turf. Oh, Kelvin Gray bursts out of the pack on the left foot, long kick towards Rowbottom. It's too far for him. Rowbottom go back after it, kick it off the ground, kept it in play. Well done, big fella. Spills into the goal square. Gardner kicks it off the ground as Iron's gone. As Kelvin Gray's about to swoop on it once again. He only came onto the ground about 4 minutes ago and picked up plenty of possessions when he did come back on, but the siren's gone before he could get hold of it. Murray Stevenson there with him, and they're pretty happy, these boys from the Eastern Suburbs side. As we write down the final score, Ron, can you see that far away? It's 6 goals 10, 46 points to Thompson. Eastern Suburbs 20 goals 18, 138. So a big win to the Eastern Suburbs Footy Club, and they'd be happy with that, going to battle against Monterey next week. in what could well be the match of the day.
Yes, certainly, Cookie, and great team performance here this afternoon for the Eastern Suburbs side. Just a too well-balanced team in all, and felt the Division 2 side have done it again over a Division 1 side for the 93 GDFL season in what is developing into a very interesting